Hello, Can family. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying your holidays and you're about to finish the year 2025 in profit. As usual, every weekend we answer to your requests and analyze different altcoins depending on their price action levels and patterns forming and give you a precise analysis on how each coin might act in the near future. Now, this week, we have around 11 coins published on our Telegram channel. And as you can see, we are going to go into details of each coin and analyze how the price action and wave theory or Wyckoff theory is going to guide us for more profit. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first coin that we have in mind is Tau USDT. Now, this coin is already moving with a lot of bearish pressure. As you can see, the whole growth in late 2023 has come to an end with a ranging price action movement. And since price has not lost this level and been playing between 150 to 650, we can say that market makers are playing a reaccumulation phase for about 1 to 2 years, and finally this coin might be ready for a nice growth to higher target levels. Now you can see that we have highlighted an all-time high as our final target level, but before that we have to wait and see whether the last point of support will hold price in order for a growth and recovery phase to start. Keep in mind that we have two important support lines here which can act as LPS, and with these two support lines in mind, we will be waiting for price to show a recovery of around, let's see, 90%, 200%, and 450%. Of course, this is from the first support, and if price comes to lower support levels, both our entries will be filled. So it's not a bad idea to just get in for one step around here and wait for some recovery in this coin. Moving on to the next coin, we got CRV. Let's see how things look on this coin. Okay, now we have to zoom in a little bit to understand how things are acting. You see, price is going down inside this wedge, and the channel here may get broken anytime. But without confirmation, price may come down and even go to lower levels. So if we want to buy, we have to wait for the price to finish the breakout out of this smaller wedge. And once price comes up in a breakout above here, we can start to accumulate, for example, to buy around 40 cents when the breakout is happening. And then as a backup order, we can put another order here. But until then, you have to wait. Do not jump in. Wait for strong price action to form here. We need strong candles. You see, these two candles have been already rejected. Okay? And as long as we don't see any candles cover up these levels, it's better to wait. But once the breakout happens, then it will be safer to buy for three target levels. Now, the next coin on the list is TON. TON is the native coin for Telegram platform, which is a very fast growing social media platform, and all our activity is based on this platform as well. Now you can see that price is already showing some promise at our support zone. We have already published a few analysis on this coin on our previous weekly insights, And as you can see, our support zone is holding the price, and we can say that there is a chance for recovery forming right from the top of our support area. If we go back, we can see that these zones are actually very reliable, and based on the reaccumulation phase forming, you can see that the selling climax is already out of the picture. And with the secondary test, we need to understand how much price can grow in the first wave. Once we get a nice recovery for the first wave, 70% from the top of the box, and if both our entries are filled, we will get up to 100% profit, and that's only up to the first target. And once we get the first target, we will try to reanalyze this coin in order to see whether we should sell for lower support levels, or price may push even further. But for now, do not shift your eyes from this support zone, because it's one of the few coins in the market that actually has good potential for growth. Moving on to the next coin, we got Render, and we have analyzed it for a couple of times already because it's very famous and a lot of you are asking for it. I'm not going to go into details from the past because we already talked about it once. But what I can tell you is that we are witnessing a very complex diametric pattern, and this wave is already coming to an end, and price may not visit all the way down to fill this wick, because it was a really heavy selling off for this coin. Now, as price has already covered halfway of this wick, you can see that sellers are running out of steam, and this can give us a nice buying opportunity to ride the next phase for a short time of profit. After getting to the top, then the big plan is to rebuy in order to ride it for higher target levels. So this is not good for long-term investment, only for short-time trading. Moving on to the next coin, we got ZKP. Okay, there isn't much to analyze, but since you guys requested it, we did a quick analysis on this coin. We have to go to lower time frames because there isn't much data. And honestly, I suggest not buying these coins heavily if you want to have safer investments. It's better to just trade these coins for short time with proper risk management. Right now, you can see that probably a diametric pattern is forming. We have to wait and see how much data there will be available. But if you really want to trade it, it's better to wait for the price to come down and buy it at these support levels at the end of wave F in order to ride it for wave G. We may get a short wave G or an extended one. But honestly, these coins are not very suitable for safe trading. You should have a strict stop loss if you're trading these coins. Now, moving on to Pippin, let's see, here's another meme coin that you guys requested, and let's see what we got. Okay, I'm not a very big fan of meme coins because they're not very good for long-term investment, and you can see that there isn't much price action in many of them, and not history either. Now, these coins are mostly at the mercy of the market makers to play their manipulation games, and you can see that with the October crush, this coin find the momentum to go to higher levels. Now, you can see that these trend lines are holding the price, and as long as they haven't been broken, it's not proper for selling. Of course, you can see that we do not have a buy scenario for this, and even if we want to be sellers, we have to wait for the price to break below the first trend line okay, and play a little bit and then break below the second trend line. And after that, in the retracement, we can sell it for lower target levels. Now, keep in mind that many of these meme coins, they may lose a lot of their values, so do not buy them without proper confirmation and without proper pattern forming in the technical analysis section. Okay, moving on to the next coin, we got MET USDT. Now, things do not look so good for MET unless we see a double bottom form at these levels. Now, pay attention that this is also another coin without too much history, and we do not suggest going heavily invested in these coins. But if you really have to trade them, it's better for this coin to make another double bottom, probably coming to this first support or even deeper to grab the liquidity around here, and only then once price is here you can buy for higher target levels. And you can see that it's not very promising, so you have to have a very strong stop loss in order to manage your risk. Moving on to the next coin, we got Monero or XMR, and you can see that this coin has been around for a long time. And right now, price has made a strong breakout in late 2024 and has been going up under this diametric pattern ever since. And you can see that price has already delivered up to, let's see, 175%, and it still has room to go higher because the breakout pattern is not finished yet. Now, right now, price is moving in order to finish wave E. And if you want to make a breakout for it, it would not be easy to find a proper stop loss. You have to just hold it because it's at a very tricky point. You will be basically buying it at the top. But if you can just wait for a while, it's better to wait for the price to come down and buy at the pullback. We got two support levels in mind after the end of wave E, and that's where we will plan to get into this coin. But sooner than that, you have to go to lower time frames in order to find proper trades with proper stop loss. But for long-term buying, I wouldn't suggest buying it from here. It's better to either wait or go for another coin. Now, here is another coin, Mubarak. I have no idea what this coin even represents, but based on the technical analysis, there isn't much happening here, and price is stuck under this trend line, trying to fill the gap here, and there isn't much historical data to analyze this on the future market. But let's say that if you really want to trade it, you have to actually wait for a pullback to form, and only then at the pullback you can set up a trade, probably one order here, some backup order below this liquidity points for targets to higher levels. But you should keep in mind that again, you don't know where to put the stop loss. Should it be here? Should it be here? Only like you can calculate the entry, for example, like this. Let's say we have 8%, okay? And based on that, you could like say, okay, I'm gonna risk from here and put a stop loss around here, but that depends on you. These coins are really not suitable for trading, and it's better to find coins with proper price action to give you some insight on where to get in and where to get out. But since you asked for it, we delivered an analysis. And finally, We got Pendle. Let's see how things are looking here in higher time frames. Now, this coin has been very bullish since the end of 2023, and it has delivered, let's see how much profit, 1500%. That's a lot. Now, ever since, price has been playing inside a reaccumulation phase, and you can see that these zones have been a ranging zone for the market makers to buy time. And with the final leg on this reaccumulation phase happening right now, we are trying to find whether the spring move is over or not. Once we get the spring move out of the picture, we can see that price can deliver, let's see, 80%, 200%, and 500%. And price is already inside our support zone. So it can either start from here and go to higher levels, or come and gather the liquidity and then go higher. But if you want to be a buyer, you can risk like $50 here, another $50 here, and see what happens in the future. Now, as usual, I'm going to end our analysis with a spot signal from our VIP channel. And these signals are normally the coins that have proper potential and technical analysis patterns for a very good profit in the coming alt season. Now, this coin is EGLD, and you can see that the whole ABC pattern is about to come to an end. And if we go to even lower time frames, you can see that wave A is over after the breakout below this triangle pattern. And right now, with wave B, which was the exit out of another pattern here, ending, price is coming down inside wave C, and the inner pattern for this wave C is another ABC pattern. So basically, at the end of this leg, we will have the final movement for the bearish momentum. And once market makers are done selling this coin, we can expect some really good profit on this coin. You can see that if both entries are filled at 5.58 and 2.82, we can expect up to 2000% if this analysis delivers the full target level. Now, usually we tell our members to dedicate a small portion of their funding for different spot signals. For example, if you have $1,000, put only $100 on this coin and then another $100 on another spot signal. We have already published a lot of signals for you through the last couple of weeks with our weekly analysis. And with $50 invested here and $50 invested here, we will be waiting for the first target, and then if a breakout happens, second target and third target above this trend line. And that's all we have for today. And I hope you enjoyed all of our insights and analysis and you put some of them into good use. Don't forget to follow our page and share this analysis with your friends. And if you want a specific coin analyzed, just share it in the comments and we will get to it for you. That's all we got, and I hope you enjoyed our weekly analysis. Bye.